boys and girls, girls and boys. We are here, Quaid Shop, and we are doing some toe prep. We got the C5 back. We started losing the clutch. Couldn't get it in and out of first or reverse. Pedal was sticking to the floor. So we got us a couple weeks. And we got us a new Monster twin disc clutch to go in here. On tube headers. Remote bleeder. We got big brakes we got to put on the front. And we got us 2 weeks. Quaid's up in the mountains. So let's get started. I already pulled this centerpiece out and the bezel for the double din. About to unbolt my MGW short throw shifter. Get that unbolted. Get this thing on the lift. And we're gonna drop the whole rear subframe, rear end, transmission, and torque tube. All connected, one piece, straight out. Hopefully that's the easiest way to do this. I don't know. We'll soon to find out. First time, first car, first Corvette. What can go wrong?
Doesn't come out of that sleeve, does it?
It pushes
Toe
up.
fest prep.
Oh, yeah.
T-minus
I need to undo it right here off this, but it'll push up and off. Okay.
You got yours?
Yep, I got mine.
Will you gradually lower?
And I just need to get this one right here. Quite, how do I undo this clip?
One clip you do right there.
Yeah?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Why?
That's
This,
what you don't want to see.
Well, you know, I still had plenty of life left, you know.
I don't know, boys. I don't know. I was skeptical, but this is pretty good. This is pretty good. What do you think, sweetie?
I think it's a bit too tall, but that's just my opinion.
Bit too tall. No way, dude. This thing looks sick. Look at that. The TE's like race car.
Would you just look at it?
Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it? I don't know. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know. It looks a little silly because this lip wing and then the big wing. So I take this one off. Don't exactly know how to go about going to get that one off because I'm pretty sure that is like solid on there because of yours truly. So yeah, but this leaves room for, you know, I wanted a carbon trunk anyway. So this is great. This wing's just laying around and, you know, I think it's going to be great. I am Quaid Crabtree and I approve this message. All right, so you guys know how I am about like how particular I am with touching my car, washing my car, and the whole Obsessed Garage life from good old Matt Obsessed Garage. I've adapted that lifestyle, and I'm very finicky and very particular with my car. And this girl has not been washed. That's a good angle right there. That is a good angle. This girl has not been washed since like a month after we went to Florida, and that was February of this year. And looking outside, and you know, at the time, it's October. Because I didn't want to wash the car and scratch it and get unnecessary scratches on the car. I know that sounds silly, but that's kind of looking to the mindset of how weird I am, you could say, about my car and the scratches and etc. But that's another story. Where I'm going with this is we have tape, and we have measurements, and we have two little great rags right here to sit on the trunk. And you may think, well, Quaid, you're kind of, you know, scratching it and defeating the purpose of you not washing the car for the past 6 months or so. And you're right. I would agree with you. But this trunk is a stock trunk with a OEM CSL wing, and you know, it's a stock trunk, and nothing else on the car is stock. So if this does happen to get scratched, or if I do happen to not like this wing on here, we're gonna buy a carbon trunk because that's what I really want, and that'll be, I can switch out between the two and have both. That's chef's kiss right there. But in the mix of all this, I'm going to show you where we have this set up. I have the measurements. This thing is perfectly center. Our trunk is 47 wide. Our wing is 32. That leaves 7.5 inches on each side of the trunk. I have measured from the front to the back to ensure that I have it even and centered in the trunk. And I'm going to go ahead and check my measurement probably 2 more times after the 7 times I've already checked it before we drill holes in this trunk. All right, so if we look here, I have my holes made. I did mess up one hole right there and I went to the hole beside it. This hole is made as well as these 2 holes and we are ready to drill. I wanted to make sure I kept kind of like on the inside of this guy, so show you this is kind of where we're at on the inside. I didn't want to get in this fold or crease or anything. Thankfully, we will be utilizing the factory like BMW brackets and everything, so this is the OEM wing. So this really helps ensure that this will be really sturdy and not kind of go anywhere for us, and just be a very good fitment here, as I have measured 7 times, drawn about 12 times, and then measured like another 7 times. I think we're ready to cut now. So here we go. Bear with me. This is going to be terrifying. I don't know about this, boys. I don't know about this one. So I may have pushed a little too hard and let the drill kind of hit the surface too much, and it put a little indent kind of in the trunk just where the drill was, like the size of my pinky. So with that being said, I'm going to take from the back side and kind of tap the bottom of the trunk up just to make sure it's flush and level before I put that bracket on, because I don't want the bracket to kind of go wobbly because of the trunk having those little divots in it. So we're just going to take a tap that up. It won't be a big deal at all. I kind of expected it to happen, but I thought I could have enough like strength to kind of pull it back up before it hit the trunk, but just it's a split second. It happens so fast, but it's not a worry. And mount this bracket up and see how that's gonna go. Alright, now we have the holes clearance. We can go and mount this bracket up, and I can see that my screw is not long enough. Boys, she's on there. She is temporarily on there. She is rock solid on here, actually. I just have the bolts hand tight right now, but it looks pretty sick. I have it in the middle adjustment hole right now. I'm not sure where I'll leave it at or what I kind of need to do. It looks pretty level. It has 4 adjustment holes and then 3 on the back, so it's got a good range of adjustment here. Let you boys in on what we're looking at here. I think it looks sick. I was really controversial on leaving that with this and doing the 2 together, but I looked at some other cars and kind of everything, and I kind of just, I don't know, I liked it. I liked it. If you guys don't like it, guess what? It's not your car, and I like it. So that's all that matters. All jokes aside, guys, I like it. I think it looks really cool. I am gonna go ahead and Scotch-Brite this wing, sand it really quick, and get it in the paint booth. We're gonna put the same amount of clear and the same amount of pearl in the wing that we did on the carbon roof and the carbon fender vents and the front lip, to kind of make sure all of the carbon is kind of uniform and universal in my car, and it all matches, because I think the pearl is sick in the carbon. All right, boys, in the booth, we have the wing sanded, prepped, and ready for paint. I have these mounted to the side with a gap in between them so they don't move or space around while I'm painting it. I want everything to be uniform. We also have a M license plate here that has some clear coat fading or the gel coat fading on it, so we are going to re-clear that and see how best we can get it. Add some shadow to it to kind of hide the yellowiness and go from there. Thanks to my beautiful wife, we have the M3 carbon note here of all of the pearl I put in here. Go ahead and mix this now. So for the small stuff, I usually take the end of the little baby spoon and kind of do our splasher in there, and you can kind of see what we get. Since we're not working with a full quart of clear like we were when this note was made, we're just going to kind of cut everything in half because I have about a half a quart of clear here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the recipe in half and kind of see what we get here. It's going to be similar, but this wing is not necessarily near any of the other carbon parts on the car that are cleared with this. And we also have to figure here that we are using a filter in this for these 3M PPS cups, and knowing that some of the pearl is going to get caught in this filter, knowing that. So if you go over a little bit, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's not ideal, but if you do go over, think about the filter is going to catch probably half of the pearl you're putting in here, so you're really not even getting all that pearl anyway. We have a very nice pearl coat here, folks. Very nice. I apologize for the low light, but I kind of made my own bracket here of aluminum still to connect to this one to make it more sturdy, because I wasn't really happy with how sturdy it was before. But now, Uncle Justin just got here. But yeah, with this, it moves the whole entire car. And we have new 6 pistons on the front.